Hello everyone! In today's video, we are transforming the Huawei Mate80 RS with a Tilta Photography Kit. As we know, the Huawei Mate80 RS is already a beast of a camera. But to truly capture the world, from the delicate wings of a butterfly to the distant grace of a swan, you need more than just a phone. You need a full photography rig that can challenge a full-size camera setup. The Tilta Photography Kit. It's designed to turn this flagship phone into a professional field camera, giving us the stability, control, and image quality required for high-stakes nature photography. Whether you're chasing over 1,200mm telephoto shots of wildlife or getting inches away from spring blooms, the ergonomics of this kit change everything. In this review, we're heading deep into the trees to see if this grip and lens system is the ultimate companion for the outdoor creator. The physical shutter button on the grip helps you capture the moment without the vibration of tapping a screen. The leather-textured grip also allows for one-handed operation while you're moving through a forest and holding a branch out of the way. Crucially, the Tilta system supports a 3.33 times high-definition teleconverter lens. When paired with the Mate80's periscope sensor, this provides a massive boost to optical reach while maintaining the high resolution and color light sensitivity of the primary sensor. In this video, we will analyze how the Tilta set performs for nature photography in the field, with photos taken by myself, an award-winning nature photographer that has been using dedicated full-frame cameras with huge and heavy lenses for many years. Let's start with our first set that includes images of birds and other wildlife. The photo of the resting swan is an extreme digital crop of the 140mm periscope lens. Despite the massive 1270mm equivalent focal length, the feather detail remains fibrous rather than mushy. This highlights the X-Mage high-sharpening algorithm working in tandem with the Tilta lens and grip to eliminate micro shakes that usually ruin shots at this distance. The second photo of the swan was shot at a more modest zoom range. The quality here is nearly indistinguishable from a dedicated mirrorless camera. The dynamic range is excellent. Notice the detail in the bright white plumage against the darker, rippling water without any highlight clipping. The third swan photo is a hero shot for the Tilta kit. Capturing a falling droplet at 1,296mm requires the zero-latency physical shutter button found on the Tilta handle. The frozen motion at 1/1136 of a second shows the capabilities of this kit. The last shot of the swan demonstrates the red maple true color sensor. White-on-white subjects often confuse mobile white balance, but here the warmth of the sunlight on the swan's neck is preserved perfectly against the cooler tones of the water, even at over 1,300mm. By using the telephoto lens for macro, I achieved a beautiful flat perspective in this photo of a ladybug. The background blur is buttery smooth and non-distracting, which is a hallmark of the Mate80 RS's large 1/1.28-inch main sensor and further enhanced by the Tilta telephoto optics. This photo showcases the kit's ability to handle complex textures at approximately 1,200mm. The fine hairs on the butterfly's body and the individual stamens of the flowers are distinct. There is very little fringing or chromatic aberration, even in the high-contrast white petals. This butterfly photo, shot at 635mm, highlights the stability of the rig. For a ground-level shot like this, the Tilta grip allows for a much firmer hold than pinching the edges of a thin phone, allowing the photographer to nail the focus on the butterfly's eye markings. Next is the widest of the telephoto shots at 324 millimeters. It shows the most natural optical look. The fall-off from the swan to the foreground grass is smooth and organic, proving that the f2.1 aperture on the 91mm lens provides genuine depth of field. Bird-in-branch photography is the ultimate test for autofocus. The Mate80 RS's Laser AF successfully ignored the foreground branches to lock onto the sparrow's eye at 648mm, as seen here. The feather texture is crisp, showing the kit's viability for amateur birdwatching. Finally, we have a longer zoom photo of the sparrow at 1296mm. At this magnification, you can see the catchlight in the bird's eye. While there is some slight digital grain in the out-of-focus areas, the subject remains sharp enough for professional social media use or digital publishing. We continue with some more nature photographs from a walk around the lake of a nature reserve in the Cotswolds, England. In this first shot of a sunlit willow canopy at 324mm, I tested the X-Mage system's ability to handle high-frequency detail, thousands of tiny leaves. There is no shimmering or digital artifacts. The backlight is handled beautifully, with the green tones appearing translucent and natural rather than neon or over-processed. Next is a masterclass in subject separation. The 648mm focal length creates a paper-thin depth of field that makes the hazel catkins pop against the brown background. You can see the individual pollen sacs, showing that the kit maintains high resolution even when zoomed in significantly. This photo highlights the texture mapping capabilities of the Mate80. The contrast between the rough bark and the soft, vibrant green moss is sharp. The 1/100th of a second shutter speed is relatively slow for this zoom level, but the tilter grip stability ensures the image remains tack-sharp. Purple is notoriously difficult for digital sensors to render without blooming or turning blue. We can see here that the ultra-chroma color science is extremely accurate, even at 648mm, preserving the deep violet-blue hue of the muscari while maintaining the delicate white rims at the mouth of each bell. Now this is a high-speed action shot at 662mm. The honeybee is frozen in time, and the pollen baskets on its legs are clearly visible. The light is soft and even, showing that the sensor doesn't struggle with high dynamic range scenarios, bright pink petals versus dark bee body. This image showcases the fluff or fine hairs of a willow bud. These are the types of details that typically get smudged by aggressive noise reduction, but here they are rendered as individual strands, proving the high-quality optical glass used in the Mate80 RS periscope lens combined with the impressive Tilta 3.33 times lens. This cattail seed head shot uses a vertical composition to emphasize the plant's structure. The background blur is particularly creamy here, creating a professional studio look in a natural environment. The detail in the soft, downy seeds is incredible. Next, we have a very high-contrast subject, a dry teasel head. The sharp, needle-like bracts are perfectly defined against the warm, sun-drenched background. Notice the lack of haloing around the thin spikes, a sign of sophisticated edge detection and high-quality lens coatings. This cherry blossom branch was shot at nearly 1000mm equivalent. You can see the yellow pollen grains on the stamens from a considerable distance, and the compression makes the blossoms look densely packed and lush. Finally, This low-key shot of a singular white blossom features a dark, moody background that forces the viewer's eye to the white petals and orange-tipped stamens. The transition from the sharp center to the out-of-focus buds in the background is incredibly smooth, mimicking a 600mm dedicated lens. After a few days in the field, the question remains: can a smartphone rigged with Tilta hardware actually replace a dedicated full-frame camera? The answer is, it depends on your mission. In terms of pure convenience, the Huawei Mate80 RS wins. I was able to jump from a wide-angle landscape to a 1300mm bird shot in seconds, something that would require a lens swap and a massive tripod on my dedicated rig. When we look at the technicals, a full-frame sensor will always have the edge in raw dynamic range and low light noise floor. However, with the Tilta 3.33 times teleconverter and Huawei's X-Mage algorithms, the gap is closing. The computational sharpening handles the atmospheric haze at long distances better than some of my unedited RAW files from a standard 600mm lens. The real bridge here is the Tilta handle. It provides the tactile feedback and stability I usually only get from a magnesium alloy camera body. The physical shutter and focus wheel take away that smartphone fumbling and replace it with professional function. For nature creators, this means you're coming home with shots you'd usually miss because your big camera was still in the bag. Is it a DSLR killer? For professional wildlife prints, maybe not yet. But for high-end digital content, travel cinematography, and macro explorers, this is the most capable mobile rig I've ever tested. It's the camera that's actually with you, but with the glass and grip to make it count. Thanks for watching today. If you found this technical breakdown helpful, hit the like button and subscribe for more. And if you're interested, I've put the link to the Tilta kit and my full spec sheet in the description below. See you in the next one.